States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Cummings here.
Austin here.
Charlie.
Griffin here. We might be in late.
Thomas here.
There you
Cool here.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep, I can't see you, but
We're
you're
here.
here.
That's here.
All right, so where do we have another mic? Way over there?
We got one here.
We have one here.
Yeah.
One down there.
Yep. Can you bring that up here, please? Put it over there by them guys. Charlie Noon. All right, meeting minutes approval of May 4th, 2023.
Cummings will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 4th, 2023.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Sarah Cummings, second by Austin Cool to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Alright.
Motion carried. Citizen input, seeing none. Old business, none. Meeting summary since last council, CDA.
We took a look at the light blue and white list, that's
Yep.
going down significantly, so that's good news. We did also approve the facade grant, but we're gonna look into background checks for applicants, that's something that the lawyer recommended, so we wanna know fees before we incorporate that into the actual policy. So that was kind of the only thing from there. We did elect the chair and vice chair, so Janae O'Connell is still the chair, and Michelle Soder is the vice chair now.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Thank you. All right, finance, Tim, tonight.
Thomas make a motion to approve the April 20, finance.
No,
report.
we're
Yes.
still. So basically, say hello, is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, everything we did on finance will be coming up later on in the agenda.
There we go, fantastic. All right, consent agenda items are in your packets. If there are any questions or concerns, otherwise just need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Cummings will
second.
I'm gonna give it to Griffin, I think he started mumbling first.
All right.
All right, motion by Pat, second by Griffin to approve the consent agenda items. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, now it's the Tim show.
Actually, no, it's gonna be the Lana show tonight.
Ooh, well, a little bit, but you're starting off with the
I
first
just did a
one.
little bit of this. Thomas will make a motion to approve the financial statements payroll in the amount of $77,395.69. General disbursements in the amount of $589,423.03. And the clerk treasurer's report, which is on file in City Hall.
That's a second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Pets to approve the April 2023 financial statements. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles Cool, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Weird, yes.
That's yes.
Motion carried. All right, now it's the Lana show for a little bit. City Hall server.
All right, so at the finance meeting, we talked about, some changes, at the end of the year, we're no longer gonna have the host of WPPI. So we had to take a look at different options. We looked at, continuing with a host, which is on-set, recommended by Casella, who we use. Great. For that, you can see the total in there. It's a 3-year commitment, totaling over the 3 years, $14,400. Then weighing out, going with a server. I think that the utility does a server as well. And did some quotes. We were able to go direct with Dell to get a quote on a server. I think that was roughly $8,500. And have, with installation, I think it came up, it's gonna be roughly around 11,000, because we missed one of the installs in there, the one-time charge for the backup system. So, and weighing it out in the long run, obviously cost-wise, server should last us a very long time. We don't have a lot of users, as I guess that's the term for it. So I think in the long run, and we voted to look at the server. Because again, if we go with a 3-year commitment, the cost will be higher, obviously, and we're gonna have to make some decision at that time. So I think for the cost for the city, it's best that we do the server.
This came recommended by the finance department, and Charlie's done a lot of homework on it as well.
Yes. And he can probably give you more details on it than I can if you have questions.
We had a server at one time, but it was ancient and.
Needed to go, yes.
Yes.
So we're going back to a server, not,
Yes.
we're not doing a host anymore?
That's what we would like.
That would be correct.
And
Right.
who's our in-house IT person?
Well, that'll be the next
That's
conversation.
coming out.
okay.
Thomas, make a motion to approve the City Hall server purchase from Adele.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Cummings to approve the purchase of the city hall server. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Carol Cooley, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Laird, yes.
That's yes.
Motion carried. IT options and comparisons. Lana.
All right, so, one of the things that came up in, when we were renewing our insurance was our cyber insurance cost, which was, increased drastically last year, if anybody remembers. So one of the things that, in the research I was doing is to have what's called EDR, it's a cyber, coverage, endpoint detection, I think it's called, whatever, installed on our computers. One of the quotes in there you'll see, for the league, by doing that, we will reduce our, and we'll get some credit this year, we'll get some proration, but our premium would have been $28.92, I believe it says in there, versus the $10,055 that we pay now. Cyber crimes are an issue, we need to do it anyways for the safety of our information, but also to save money on that. So that was one part of it. In doing that research, our current provider, IT support, is InterQuest. And doing the quotes with them, you can see the price in there was like 50, I'm sorry, I don't have all that, it was like double the price than what we expected to do that for the install. So I did some additional quotes, went with Taylor Computer, which the library uses, and considerably different in pricing. So then ventured into that support part of it, looked at what we're paying now, just without any need for IT support, which we do. We're paying $636. That's $300 less just by switching to Taylor Computer, just that. So we'll be saving $300 a month just providing the support for the antivirus and the emails. Plus their hourly rate's less, and they come highly recommended from the library, and it's nice to have both the same support. Me personally, I feel that way. So they will also provide the installation for the server, all those things. We had them set up Sarah's new computer, very good to work with, and again, the recommendation is huge to me from Kelly. So I think just saving the money, having the EDR in, our monthly expenses, and just to be honest with you, none of us in the City Hall in our office is happy with the InterQuest, so just gotta throw that one in there, but we recommended a switch, so, in the finance meeting to Taylor.
Carol Cooley, make the motion that we make the switch for IT services to
Taylor.
Taylor Computer Services.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Charlie Cool, second by Cummings to approve Taylor as our IT options. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, 2023-19 wire transfer for the city of Waterloo.
You want me?
I don't care who takes it.
The city has been looking at developing a process for a policy concerning wire transfers. This was also requested by the insurance company.
Yes,
if
I
can
forgot to
remember
put that,
correctly.
say that last one, you're correct.
Yeah.
That was a big deal with the siren stuff.
And Lana was able to come up with a wire transfer policy. It is the city's policy to make payment by checks and not use wire transfers except in emergency situations. And you should have a policy, a copy of the policy in your packet. And I will make the motion to approve the resolution 2023-19 wire transfer policy for the city of Waterloo. This would not include the utilities, it's just for the city.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Cummings to approve wire transfer policy to the city 2023-19. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 2023-20 policy for the utilities. Tim?
I make a motion to refer resolution 2023-20 to the Waterloo utilities as it affects them directly, and that was at the request of the superintendent. So we'll make that motion.
That's a second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Pets to send resolution 2023-20 to the water utilities. It will then come back to council. It does not have to go back to finance.
Correct. If it's approved by the commission, then it goes straight to council.
Right. Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Now we're on to banking options.
So I'm not sure how we kind of left that. We have to do a resolution, correct? And then-
Correct.
Okay. So one of the things, when I came here, having a banking background, I looked into what we're earning. And currently, and I tried to do as best I could for you guys so you could see the breakdown. This was based on an average of 3 months. And granted, during that time, the balances were probably a little bit on the higher end. But you can see over that 3-month period what we earned in our savings account. We earned in our checking $180 in the 3 months, and then our fees. I did a shot like the whole year of last year, and then that coverage was, I think it came out to like $1,400 in fees, and we earned, geez, I don't even have my notes, I'm sorry. It was substantially different. I don't know, you guys probably have it up there. Somehow I got too many papers around here. A big difference. So I reached out to Capital Bank, which also has our gold loan, and negotiated with them a little bit. They're gonna allow us to, we don't earn anything really on our checking, just so you know, at Farmers. And it is time consuming for us to consistently try to move money around and be able to earn that on our savings. So they are offered to be able to allow us to have it all into one account, checking account, so that they'll save us some time, pay us, and absolutely no fees. There will be no wire fees, no service fees, nothing. And over that period of time, again, this is a higher end, so I'm just telling you that, but it'll be a substantial amount. Over the, the interest earned, I did the calculation of 52.2, over that period of time, same period of time, 63,800. So it came out, again, rates are gonna vary, balances are gonna vary, but over that scenario, over a whole, that year, and interest is higher now, we would have earned an additional $46,000. So again, all the fees, everything calculated in here, in addition to whatever else, that's just the additional stuff. So it's a substantial amount with that. I did reach out to F&M. They will not offer any reduction in fees or allow us to have the, have majority in checking, because it is time consuming to be able to do that. My plan was not to move the Parks ATM account, the Fire's members account, and keep a small savings account there, because they, again, there's nothing negative, it's just working for the money, community's money.
Business.
Tax, yes, that's what it is. I think that it can definitely help us, even when rates come down. Right now is the key time, but when rates come down, we're still no fees. So again, it's a win all around. So, again, I think we had to take, I don't know what. we
Right,
did.
so I know Charlie, you couldn't hear her, but you heard everything. She's just repeated everything from finance, so you know what she was talking
I
about.
can hear.
I
Oh,
I
can
gave her
you?
the
Okay.
thing.
Oh, I did not know that. She's blending in all black. I didn't know it was there. My bad. Yeah, so at finance, you guys approved the change, but it's gonna have to come back because this is all part of our annual resolution, so we have to do a resolution change, naming a primary and a secondary, and then we're gonna have Ellers just review it before it comes back, just to make sure, so.
Depositories.
Correct, yeah. So basically, this was FYI, it's gonna come back.
Right.
So, thank you, Lana. All right, let's go back to Lana. Resolution 2023-21, the financial carryovers.
Yeah, these are the normal, every year, would be coming from our audit, the carryovers that are done for that. And you can see on there, again, this will be the first year of trying to explain this, so I'm sure Tim and that, but that is just money that was allocated into different or moved to carry over from last year.
This is
Moving forward year to year.
Yeah, we do this.
just
all-
carryover
yeah,
accounts, we do
this
this
is normal.
annually.
It's first for me, but
Once or twice a year we do this, so just moving things
The
around.
carryover accounts, yeah,
Yep.
once a year. Thomas, make a motion to approve resolution 2023-21, approving the 2022 financial carryover accounts.
Where will second?
Motion by Thomas, second by Wire to approve resolution 2023-21. Roll call?
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Bull, yes.
Griffin, yes. Thomas, yes.
Where, yes.
That's yes.
Motion carried. Tim, fire department payroll. I think you could probably take the rest of these from here.
Okay, fire
Lana's
department
done.
payroll processing is being moved to the next finance committee meeting. Did you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you might as well. So that's the fire department payroll is being tabled
Right,
to the
no
next meeting.
actions, tabled to the next meeting.
Yep.
The fire department ambulance chassis and remount. The fire department is requesting to put a new chassis under one of their existing ambulances. They've been having problems with steering, as I understand. They've had it in for repairs. They've been unable to correct it. And by doing so, they will extend, by putting a new chassis under the existing ambulance, they'll extend the life of that ambulance by about 20 years. Is that correct, Wes? Bids were received from Kaiser earlier this year on a 2022 chassis. That chassis was no longer available when it was approved, but at the same time said that it had a 2023 chassis coming in, just didn't know the time period. The 2023 chassis is, Kaiser is giving us that, or not giving it, they're selling us that chassis for the same amount that we would have paid for the 22 chassis. And therefore, I am going to make a recommendation to approve the purchase of the chassis from Kaiser Ford in the amount of $73,600. It should be noted that they went out for a number of bids, and Kaiser was the only one that could provide a vehicle. So this was not the lone bid that they went after.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Austin Cool to approve the ambulance chassis. We'll talk about the remount after this.
But this has come from a grant, correct?
This
So
is being
these
paid for by
dollars.
the
Correct,
grant.
that's the grant
These are
dollars.
grant
just-
dollars,
Right.
correct.
Thank you.
Right. Roll call?
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Where, yes.
That's yes.
Motion carried. All right, the second half of that is the remount.
Second half of the chassis purchase, of course, now you've got to move the box onto the chassis. The fire department went out for bids and was only able to receive 2 bids. One from
ARV.
ARV, yeah.
in the amount of $125,000.
What do you say? What do you say?
Tell her to be quiet. Isn't that Pam?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say?
And the other was from fire service for $159,500. The fire department recommendation is that the ARV be awarded the bid in the amount of $125,911 plus travel costs, as this will be going out to Virginia or North Carolina to be completed. Then we'll be getting the old chassis back and we'll be able to sell that chassis. So Thomas will make a motion to approve the bid by ARV in the amount of $125,911 plus travel costs for the remount of the box on the ambulance. Funding will come partially from the grant and from their truck fund.
Carlson will second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Charlie Poole to approve the remount purchase. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles Cooey, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Waiter, yes.
That's yes.
Motion carried. All right, Fire Department, Town of Waterloo and EMS agreement.
This is an agreement between the city and the town of Waterloo. It is a 3-year agreement effective January 1st, 2023, expiring the end of December 31st, 2025, with an addendum, 2.5-year addendum, picking up the other portion of the town of Waterloo that was not normally serviced by fire and EMS. The addendum is for additional EMS services. So I'm going to make the motion to approve the contract between the town of Waterloo and the city.
Waiter will second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Wire to approve the addition of the EMS service to the town of Waterloo. So this is something that we've been dealing with for a year. Did we start this last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, long time coming, and so it is finally resolved, so I'm happy to see that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
Aye.
carried. Fire Department policies and procedures,
Was table.
table.
Yep.
I didn't know if anybody wanted to say anything, so that'll come up next month. Fire Department, Town of Milford.
I am going to give this to Wes, as this is something that is just brand new. The town of Milford board just approved this request within the last week.
We don't have anything with them, do we?
We don't have a contract.
Nothing, so this
Well,
will be
you got a
brand.
con-
Oh, we've got,
Contract with-
You got the
we've got a
contract.
existing
So it'll be the
contract.
same thing as the town of
Yeah,
Waterloo,
it's
we're
the same
adding
as,
the EMS.
same as Waterloo,
Yeah.
amending it to, for the 6 months to the end of the year,
I knew it was.
for EMS coverage for a few roads in the township of Milford, which would be Mansky Road, Fayville Road, all the way from Highway G to Highway A. We're just gonna pick up a short section of that, up until the end of the year.
So this is just temporary, just through this year?
They are they'll have to negotiate their contract with Lake Mills.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna say, 6 months for now.
Okay,
It may change when before the end of the year, where they might be looking for more.
okay.
This came up Monday night, or Monday, I got a phone call from the town of Milford. They had a meeting Monday night, and this is what they came up with. So, it's just amending the contract, current contract that starts January 1st through 25th, or 2025, to an additional 6 months EMS coverage for the remainder of this year.
Okay,
Thomas make a motion to approve the amendment to the contract with the town of Milford for a 6-month period as requested.
Austin Cooley, second.
motion by Thomas, second by Austin Cool to approve the request of the town of Milford for a 6-month EMS contract. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Signs from sign masters, we did not get to that, so that is tabled. We will get that next month. New business, facade grant for quality control solutions. Your application is on the table. So is this part of your new setup from the CDA that it's gonna come here? Why is it here then?
Because we haven't
Made
finished the
that-
CDA one yet,
Got it.
so we
Got it.
brought it here in the interim.
Got it. All right. All right. so-
Really, I don't think there's action to be needed. I think the current ordinance allows the clerk to sign off on this.
Okay, so she's just basically showing it to us that this is what's gonna be
Yeah.
coming out of the TIF. Okay? So this
And there's
is,
copies of the painting, you
Yeah.
can look out the window.
We can
front and
just
see
look
it.
outside.
Yes, yes. So,
yes,
It's awesome.
yes, it's much,
Yes,
much
you did.
improved, very nice. Yep, all right, well, thank you for that FYI. We'll get working on that facade grant. Future agenda items and announcements. So are we sending
We will.
them anything? All right, so I didn't print off the email, but this is from, I can't think of the name of it. They do I think it's a PD, isn't it, Dennis? Isn't it a PD that goes around and spot checks the taverns to find out who's selling in different
Yes.
spots, who's selling cigarettes? So, they sent us an email, and so we'll send them out a little notice saying that they've done the right thing. So Quick Trip, Dollar General, Piggly Wiggly, and BP all did not sell cigarettes to minors. Fantastic. Bravo, bravo, bravo. All right, anybody got anything else?
Full motion adjourned.
That's a second.
Motion by Charlie Cool, second by Pets to adjourn. Charlie, enjoy. I hope you get to the views.
Good night, Pam.
Goodbye, Pam.
Thanks, Charlie.
Good night, everybody. Have a good
Do we
time.
have to, don't we have to vote on that?
yeah.
Oh, everyone all in favor of leaving?
Oh.
Aye.
There we go. My bad.
Don't too excited there, Jenny.
Wait till